Okay, it's time for more bad camera angles and terrible video editing with another episode of Cool Dude Clem's Electronic Workshop. Welcome to Cool Dude Clem's Electronic Workshop with me, your host, Cool Dude Clem. Today I'm going to do some more modifications to my Akai Reel to Reel here. One thing that bugs me about this tape recorder is this switch here that you pull out to put it in mono or stereo. Firstly, the switch doesn't work very well. The contacts probably need spraying. And another thing is, when you put it in mono, all it does is simply cuts out the right hand amplifier, so I only get sound through one speaker. So what I want to do is make a little modification so that when I put this into mono mode, I still get sound through both the speakers. Also, a little bit of a repair needs to be done. Now if I just bump it a little bit, oh, it's not doing it now. But that's about the amount of shock it receives when putting it into play or rewind or whatever. And when I do that, the meters go wild and there's a loud thumping sound through the speakers, and I want to find out what's causing that. I think it's just a bad ground connection somewhere, but anyway, I'm going to see what I can do. Well, I've got it undressed and on its side now, and already I can see what was probably causing the thumping noise whenever I put it into play or rewind or whatever. Well, if we take a look under the playback circuit, you may be able to see that there is a wire here that's not soldered in properly. So that's probably the cause of what was doing that weird thumping. You know, one thing I might do in the future, I might do a simultaneous Ustream thing of fixing things and stuff like that, just so you can see exactly how many mistakes I make when I'm talking. Anyway, I'm going to solder this thing in now. Make sure that is connected good. Okay. Ouch, that wire is still too hot to touch. Okay, is that a good connection? Yep, that's a good connection there now. So that shouldn't cause any more problems. Right, just put that. Okay, we're now looking at that stereo mono switch, which is this part right here, this sort of brown thing. And unfortunately, I thought it would be a double pole, double throw switch, but it isn't. It's just a single pole, double throw, where the contacts close when the thing is pulled out. So, not quite sure what I'm going to do. Actually, if I get a relay and connect it up to that, then I can make the switch do whatever I want. I think that's what I'm going to do. Also, another thing about the switch is, the way I think it works is that when it's in mono mode, it simply shorts out one of the amplifiers, because if we follow this wire here, which is connected to it, you can see it goes into there, and you can see it's a shielded cable, so obviously an audio signal is going to go through there. So I'm just going to remove this wire up a relay and see what we get. Okay, well, I've got a relay ready to go in, and there was a little bit of a problem I've overlooked, but come up with a solution for that. Now, the only relays I've got are 12 volt ones, and unfortunately the tape recorder's power supply powers the whole thing on 24 volts, so you know, I don't want to burn out the relay by putting 24 volts through it. So I've come up with a little solution here. As you can see, I've put a 1 kilo ohm resistor on one of the coil contacts. And as the relay coil itself is about 1 kilo ohm as well, it'll get about half the voltage, and it only draws about 11 milliamps, so it shouldn't burn out the resistor, and the relay should be perfectly safe. I've tested it on the 24 volts with the resistor connected, and the relay seems to be able to activate, so that's good. And I've also put a diode across the relay contact so there's no nasty flyback voltage. Now I just got to put it all in. Okay, so first thing to do is find the power supply wire, which I think is this red wire here. And I hope it's this red wire because I've already stripped some of the insulation off there, so hope I'm right. I'll just turn the power on. You might just be able to see my meter. I've got clipped to the bottom there. Again, I apologise for the camera angle, but I just simply cannot get the camera any further back than this. But anyway, let's see if that's the right wire. Oh, I just realised my arm is blocking the meter. I have to hold the wires at a really strange angle here. Ah, yes, there we go. We got... I don't know if you can see that, but... Oh, it's gone to 0 now. There we go. We've got 23.1 volts there, so... It's time to get started wiring in that relay. Okay, it's a little while later now. Oh, let me just turn the TV off first. Watching Sonic the Hedgehog on YouTube, as you can probably see. Let me just... Yeah, like I was saying, I'm going through every single episode until I find the one where Dr. Robotnick goes, Pingas! Anyway. Scared myself then. I didn't know it could do such a good impression. Like I was saying, actually, if anybody knows what episode is the one where he says that, I really would like to know. But anyway, getting back to this, you can see that I've wired that switch up to the power supply rail right there. And I've used the contacts on the left because they work better. Probably because they haven't had as much use. You can see I've put the relay in, and the relay's coil is grounded here. I know that doesn't look like a very good connection, but when this panel is closed, that will be firmly pressed against the metal, so it should connect really well. And the relay simply selects whether the right output jack gets its signal from either the left or the right amplifier. So I'll just close this panel back up and put the screw back in. I've got to be careful with the relay because this wire is quite stiff. I don't want to break the relay contacts because they are quite fragile. Now power it on and see if the relay clicks. It should do because the switch is in the mono mode. So I'll just move the camera back a little bit further. Okay, this is about as far back as I can get the camera. Is it still recording? Yes, it's still recording. I'll turn it on. Okay, I heard a click. Let's just move the switch back and forward and see. Can't really tell if I can hear the relay clicking or not. As I'm not sure if I can hear the relay clicking or not because the mono stereo switch is a bit loud, I'm going to test it with my meter set on continuity. Now the recorder is in stereo mode, so the contacts that are normally closed should be closed, which are these contacts here. Yep, and I hear a beep on the meter. Let's just test that the other one is open. Okay, now I'm going to put it into mono. So the relay should now be activated. Let's see if these contacts have gone closed. And yes, they have. So the normally open has gone closed and the normally closed has gone open. So that means the relay is working. Now I just got to put it all back together. And here it is, put back together. Now I'm going to play a song on it which has very wide stereo panning. An old Amiga song, I'm sure V Westlife will recognise this when I play it. just to demonstrate that the thing works. Okay, now I'm gonna put it into mono. Actually, I know what I'll do. I'll take the camera off the tripod and listen to each speaker separately. Okay, now we'll listen to the other one. You can hear that they're both doing the same sound. Now I'll just do this. Listen to the speakers again. So, there we go. All in all, a successful whatever. Well, that's it for this episode of Cool Dude Clem's Electronic Workshop. Remember, if you liked what you saw, then don't hesitate to subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next video, then why not click on me right now to go to my channel? Or, if you want to see the previous episode of Cool Dude Clem's Electronic Workshop, then click on the box on the right. And that's it for now. I'll see you next time. So until next time, goodbye.